Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm G&G and this is episode 110 of the University Challenge, and today we are taking on Slavia Prague in the Champions League before we have the FAI Cup final against St. Pat's as we try to clinch a domestic double. Before we get into those games though, a couple of games to catch up on and some big news. First of all, the games to catch up on, St. Pat's was our opponents actually in our last league game of the season, and we'll just get down here through the schedule. And we took them on in the last game of the league season and came away with a 1-0 win. Rhys Evans with a late winner. Rhys actually didn't manage to get the top score in the league. He was beaten by St. Pat's striker by a couple of goals. Disappointment for him, but overall a great season for us. We take a look at the league table here. Just get it up. We finished on 88 points, 29 points clear of Shamrock Rovers in second. So a dominating season for us, and 4 league titles in a row was sealed. And then we took on Linfield in the first leg of the All-Ireland Cup and came away with a 2-0 win. Bushanoff with his first goal for the club and Will Lancashire getting one on the half-hour mark. So 2-0 lead going into the second leg of that game. So, as I said, that's the game to caught up on. That big news to come though is that we have been appointed Ireland manager. We were offered the job after the World Cup qualifying finished up. Claude Puel was sacked more or less for not qualifying for the World Cup. We were offered the job, so we took it. Great chance to manage Ireland, and we will do that alongside UCD. So keep an eye out for some bonus international episodes of the University Challenge, where we will try to qualify Ireland for the Euros. Now, there won't be any games for a while. We have a couple of friendlies coming up in March. We're at the end of November here, so that won't come for a while. But yeah, we are the new Ireland manager. So with that news caught up on, let's get to the team news for our first game of today, and that is against Slavia Prague. So here we are with the lineup for this first game against Slavia Prague. A couple of changes that we are forced to make are that Pedro Paulo is suspended, as is Sean Cassidy. So Justin Freeseye and Dennis Nolan come into the team. The team in full then is Bonavie in goals, a back four of Tumanian, Lam, Adadje and Andy Appin, a midfield three of Barres, Bushanoff and Freeseye. On the wings it's O'Hagan and Nolan, and up front it's Rhys Evans. So this is a game which is effectively must win for us against Slavia Prague. It's also a must win for them, so it should be a Champions League classic. On the way here at the Aviva for this game against Slavia Prague, which I said is probably must win for us if we are to get through to the knockout phases. Tough games to come against Lazio, Man City and Bayern Leverkusen, so this is probably our easiest remaining fixture, and probably the same for them though. So it's going to be important for us to start well here. And here's an early corner. Barres in towards Andy Appin. Can't get up for it. It's cleared. Here's Justin Freeseye in towards Lam. Back to Tumanian. Can we build an attack here? Freeseye in for the suspended Sean Cassidy. Lam. Tumanian. Good passing. Dennis Nolan. Back to Tumanian. He comes on the attack. The right back into Dennis Nolan. Can he get across? He can. O'Hagan's up. Heads at a goal. Yes! Niall O'Hagan puts us 1-0 up here at the Aviva. And that is a huge moment for us. O'Hagan heading us home after Dennis Nolan got the cross in. Good play, link up between the two Irish wingers. Trying to impress me now as the Ireland manager. But yeah, good play here from Tumanian initially. Dennis Nolan got a bit of space. His cross seemed to be deflected, but it looped up in the air. O'Hagan bet 2 men to that header. Heads it past our keeper. And with 3 minutes gone here, we're 1-0 up. Half-time whistle goes here at the Aviva and we go in 1-0 up. A good performance in that first half. Pretty even possession-wise, but we've created more chances. And we took that chance with Niall O'Hagan to put us 1-0 up. He had another, of course, but we are happy enough to go in 1-0 up, and hopefully we can see this out in the second half. Second half on the way here at the Viva. They make a substitution at half time as they look to come back into this game. Quick look at the league table here shows us that a win will push us up to 31st position, and that would be a boost in terms of our points up to 4 points. Here we come though. Niall O'Hagan, Barres, Bushanoff. Can he get turned here? He can. Plays the ball over the top towards Rhys Evans, who races onto it, but he's pushed wide. Has he got support? He gets across. Freeseye! Oh, great block from their defender. There's the league table, as I said. Puts us on to 4 points and closer to that knockout phase. Here's Freeseye with a cross. Oh, cleared by Prague. But here come O'Hagan to Bushanoff. Poor pass, but Bushanoff gets there. Back to Barres. Into Freeseye. Can he get turned? No, he goes back to Tumanian. Bit of space for the right back, but he loses possession. Now he's out of position. Here comes the counter attack. Tumanian does well to get back. Really well there, the right back. Now Dennis Nolan can bring it forward. Can we get a cross in? Here's Dennis Nolan, and it's deflected out for a corner kick. Good play there from Tumanian to win that ball back, and Dennis Nolan wins us the corner. Here is Barres to take it, and he will fire it in. Plenty of big men in the box for us. Here we go. Barres into towards Andy Yappin at the far post. Dennis Nolan picks up the rebound, and I should say that would probably be the end of the highlight. Here's Bushnov. Bushnov passing it, being pushed back. Adaje, Andy Yappin. And that is the end of the highlight. There's the league table. 2 points away from the knockout places if we get the win here, and results stay the same. Coming up to 50 minutes gone, we're 1-0 up. Free kick here, Barres to take it, and he'd whip it in towards Adaje. Gets up, Adaje, oh, just over. Big centre half, almost getting a goal there. And good cross in from Barres, but we don't take that chance. And with 68 minutes gone here at the Aviva, it's still 1-0 to us. Into 3 minutes of injury time at the end of this game, still 1-0 up and playing pretty well, holding on to this lead. Not seeing much of a threat from Slavia Prague, and this will be a huge win for us. Our first win in this season's Champions League, and keeps our hopes of making that knockout phase alive. 10 seconds remaining here, we're over the time now. It's a free kick for Slavia Prague late on. They take the shot. Oh, Bonovi has to make... Oh, I thought he had to make a great save, it just went over. Oh, we got away with it there. There is the final whistle. Oh, a late fright there for us. But we have our first win of the Champions League phase, a 1-0 win. Niall O'Higgins' early goal separating the two teams. And a quick look at the league table. We will see that we are now in 31st position, still in 31st, on to 4 points. Only 2 points behind Red Bull Salzburg in the last knockout phase place. So we're still in contention here, but we're going to need a lot of big performances in the remaining Champions League games. So that's the European action done for this episode. Let's get to the team news for the FAI Cup Final. So here we are on Cup Final day against St. Pat's, and we are going with the exact same 11 that started against Slavia Prague, which means Pedro Paulo, and just put him on the bench here, and Sean Cassidy both start on the bench. I think they put in, we had such a good performance in the game against Prague that it would be a real shame to drop anyone for this cup final. So the team in full is Bonovi in goals, a back four of Tumani and Lam, Adaje and Andy Yappin, midfield three, Barres, Bushnov and Farizai, Dennis Nolan and O'Hagan on the wings, and Rhys Evans up front. So this is our chance to clinch a domestic double. Can we win the cup? On the way here at the Aviva for this cup final. The Aviva is going to be a stadium we'll see a lot of now, with us playing Champions League games here and being Ireland manager. So let's hope we can make it a bit of a fortress and seal another win here. It'll be back-to-back wins at the Aviva this week and seal the domestic double if we do it. Not much happening in the early stages here. Pat's likely to give us a tough challenge. They've been one of the better teams in the league this season again, and we will need to be at the top of our game if we're going to win this cup. 6 minutes gone here, it's 0-0. Half time here at the Aviva, and that has been a very nervy cup final. No highlights in that first half. We've been slightly the better team. St. Pat's have just edged possession. We've had a couple of shots, they haven't had a shot yet. So definitely cagey stuff in this cup final. Neither team wanting to make a fatal mistake and throw away their chance at some silverware. Let's hope we can improve in the second half. Back on the way here at the Aviva, and hopefully an improved second half from both teams will be great, and a highlight will be even better. We need to get a bit more possession. We have created chances, but Pats have a little bit more of the ball, and we are usually the team that dominates possession, so we need to improve in that regard, and hopefully that will see us make the breakthrough here. Coming up to 5 minutes gone off the second half, it stays 0-0. Free kick here for St. Pat's, our first highlight of the match. Here comes a cross in towards the far post, headed clear by Sean Cassidy, who's on off the bench. Here's Bushnov to Rhys Evans. Can he bring the ball forward? He can. He has a bit of space. Cuts it to Barres. Hasn't got much options. Goes for Malonga. Malonga finishes it. He looked offside though. He was offside, and that goal will be disallowed. Brilliant finish from Malonga, who's only just come on, but sadly he was offside. Barres picking him out here with the ball. He was well offside. He looked it, and it was a lovely finish from Malonga, but sadly it counts for nothing. And with 57 minutes gone, it's still 0-0. Full time whistle goes at the Aviva, and a terrible cup final has to be said. 0-0 here. Not a lot happening. We haven't been great. St. Pat's have gone 90 minutes without having a shot. Really is a terrible cup final, and we are headed to extra time. Extra time on the way here at the Aviva. Let's hope something happens in this extra 30 minutes. Maybe St. Pat's will have a shot. We have changed our shape slightly, as you can see. We pushed Sean Cassidy forward a bit more, just to try and put a bit of pressure on St. Pat's defensive midfielder, but really it's not going to make much of a difference at the moment. Both teams struggling, and this really has an end of season feel. Both teams with a lot of tired legs. 5 minutes of extra time gone here. It stays 0-0. Highlight here, Pedro Paulo to take a throw in down to Sean Cassidy, who loses possession as St. Pat's come on the attack. and a terrible ball over the top. Bonnaby takes it down and plays it straight on to Adaje. 10 minutes off the first period of this injury time gone. Malonga, who has picked up a knock, back to Ledwich. Can he bring it forward? He can. Goes back to Adaje, and he's got options here. Back to Ledwich, back to Adaje, and over the top towards Malonga. Can he get onto it? He heads it on. There's no one there though, and St. Pat's have possession with their goalkeeper, and it's played back across their back line, and they try and build an attack, and we try and intercept, but no, we can't do it at the moment. Malonga does intercept now. Bushnov gets turned. Barres into Malonga, into Cassidy. Cassidy's through here. Can he get a shot? Cassidy cross it. Oh, Will Lancashire was there to tap it in if we got there. It's a penalty, is it? Yes, penalty to us. Brilliant. Malonga fouled in the box, and it will be Gabriel Barres to take the penalty for us, and a chance to go ahead in extra time here of the cup final. Barres steps back. He steps up and he misses the penalty. Oh, Barres went for the top corner and their keeper pulls off an amazing save. It stays 0-0. Corner kick for us here. Barres to take it. In it comes to the far post, and it's headed clear. Falls to Sean Cassidy. Down to Adaje, Lamb, Bushnov, and he brings forward Barres to Ledwich. Into Malonga. He's got a bit of space. Takes the shot. Oh, fires it just wide. Grazed the bars, went wide there. That's a huge chance created in injury time at the end of the first period. It ends here at the end of this first period 0-0. Second half of extra time underway, still 0-0. That penalty miss and that Malonga chance at the end could come back to haunt us if this goes to penalty kicks. Hopefully we can get a winner in the remaining minutes of extra time. Goal kick for St. Pat's here, and they will play it out. We try and push up and put them under a bit of pressure, and taking their time here. Definitely feels like St. Pat's are happy to go to penalties, and they go to push it up. That's a terrible goal kick. Lancashire's onto it. Will Lancashire, yes! Will Lancashire pouncing on the mistake from the St. Pat's keeper. This cup final was always going to be decided by either a moment of class or a huge mistake, and Will Lancashire pouncing there. Look at this kick out, absolutely terrible, and Will Lancashire gets in and then slots it home past the keeper brilliantly, and with 109 minutes gone of this cup final, we're 1-0 up. Free kick for St. Pat's here, and it comes into the box. Can we head it clear? We do initially, and Conor McGlennon will get on to the end of that. And can we calm things down here? Ball played forward, no one there to pick it up for us, but Lancashire does well to win it back. Here's Sean Cassidy into McGlennon. Pedro Paulo, who's in at right back and doing well there actually. Here is Pedro Paulo coming forward. Good dribble from him, and he tries to pick out Conor McGlennon. McGlennon misreads where the pass was going, and now St. Pat's come to build the pressure and bringing it forward. Ball over the top, and that'll be cut out. Bonnaby doesn't even pick it up. He takes it down to Barres and Adaje. 3 minutes remain of extra time. Ball forward towards Malonga. He doesn't win it. Bushnov in to intercept it though. Good play. Here's Bushnov. He's got McGlennon with him. In comes the cross. No one there, but Malonga will pick it up. Malonga, Cassidy, yes! We go 2-0 up. Sean Cassidy and Malonga linking up, and that should seal it. That is the cup coming into our hands, and it's been a terrible cup final, but we will be the winners in the end. Great play here from Bushnov. He brings it forward and he picks out Conor McGlennon's cross all the way over to the far post. Malonga clips it back, and Sean Cassidy gets up to head it home to an empty net there. And with 2 minutes remaining, we're 2-0 up. Full time whistle goes here at the Aviva. We win the cup final in extra time 2-0. It wasn't a classic cup final by any means, but we come out on top, and Will Andy Appin steps up to take the cup as captain. It completes the double for us. We hadn't won the cup in a few years, so it's great to get it back in our hands, and the cup final will be forgotten very quickly, but we will have the trophy, and Will Andy Appin takes the trophy and lifts it to the air. UCD win the FAI Cup. Well, there we have it. The cup has been won, the double completed, and a fantastic season in the domestic league and cup double. Not a great cup final, had to go to extra time, but we came out on top with those 2 goals and more silverware in the bank for us. So that's the end of the domestic season, but it's not the end of season 8 just yet. We have 1 game remaining that we will do, and that is Lazio at home in the Aviva in the Champions League, and that is a huge game for us. Hopefully we can pull off a shock, which would really boost our chances of making the knockout stages. If you did enjoy today's episode, please drop it a like. It really helps to see the likes grow and more people are enjoying these videos. It's really good to see that. If you want to join us on this journey, please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way not to miss any videos. Videos are posted Monday to Friday, 6 PM Irish time, and subscribing is the best way not to miss any. And just a reminder, there will be some bonus international episodes coming in the future. Not sure exactly when they will be posted, but I will give the details when it is more clear. And if you want to catch up on it we've done so far, don't forget there is a playlist on the channel and it does appear on the screen at the end of this video. So until the next episode when we finish up Season 8 with a game against Lazio, please take it easy.